it's me, Persita, and this is Persita's Paradox. Today, we are talking about purpose and what our purpose is. In my last video, you heard me discuss, I wanted to take some time to really identify what I was really doing this channel for. What's the point? Is it just a matter of trying to get my name out there and to be recognized and be famous? Or is it about me actually trying to give something back to the world, something to my particular community, to hustle for my last name, so to speak, to put myself in a position where I am trying to actually enlighten and help others and succeed in that? Or is it something that's just focused on me and my needs and desires to feel important? I've come to the conclusion that it really is about you. I, for a while, was worried because I started to feel anxiety if people weren't watching, or if things weren't like moving well, or if YouTube was having an issue, or whatever it is that was happening in my life. And I really started to find myself feeling disenchanted on what exactly this channel is about. This channel is about your life's journey and how you're going to get there. While I walk through my life's journey, my testimonies, my ups, my downs, as an example for you to use in your journey. I am hoping that that remains the case. I'm hoping that it remains the focus, and I'm also hoping that it remains something that's in the forefront of what my conversations are about and how I actually come across. So today I just wanted to talk about purpose. And I believe that people's purpose is something that we actually think is something that we like. I don't think we understand that purpose doesn't always mean things that you're good at. It doesn't always mean things that you like. It's actually what you're supposed to do as far as your journey on this earth. Now, it's always ideal if our purpose and the things that we like align. But I have noticed in my own life, a lot of things in my youth that I was advised that I should do, or I was really good at, or I was called to do, I completely avoided during my preteens and I would like to call it, I guess, my 20s and my 30s. I walked away from it. I mean, I'd always been told that you could teach and, you're really good at that and people enjoy listening and speaking to you, only for me to think of academia. The person who was telling me that was my mother. And being that she is an educator, I always felt like she wanted me to walk in her footsteps. And to be perfectly honest, even though I am pretty highly educated, there was nothing about me that wanted to be in education. Nor did I want tenure anywhere, nor was I interested in really interacting with youth in that capacity. I didn't recognize until years later, after I had done so much work in the marketing capacity in the entertainment industry, that teaching was something that actually came very natural for me. It wasn't until I had my second child that I had to find another career. And in that career move, it started to shift me towards fitness. And in fitness, of course, I never considered it to be anything close to teaching, because why would I? In my head, again, it was education, teaching. They went coincide hand in hand. There was nothing about education and me that belonged. So I never considered fitness was going to be something different. In saying that, 20 years later, well, I'm actually exaggerating. I'd put it more at 17 years later, you see me still in the fitness arena, still teaching, still finding myself in a life coach position, still expressing myself in a educational type manner. I just realized that it was in something completely different than what I perceived it to be, which is why I pushed it away. I've met so many people, so many friends, so many family who continuously tell me, well, Persita, I don't know my purpose. I mean, I know what I like to do. I like to do this or that. And I always want to stop them and say, it has nothing to do with what you like to do. Your purpose is something that's already written about you. It's embedded in you. When you were birthed, it was actually instilled in you. And sometimes it aligns with things you like, and most of the time it actually does not. I've learned that I enjoy teaching. I did not believe that I would, but I would absolutely say I've learned to enjoy it. I believe that purpose brings forth a gratification that happens during and at the end. At the beginning, I don't think anything about your purpose is easy, nor do I feel like it's automatically attractive, because typically the things that we like, we don't really want to share, right? So it's a funny dynamic. If you like to shop, you do most of your shopping by yourself. You don't really need a a lot of people around you. You don't need, the accolade. You simply do it because you want to do it. But there's absolutely no purpose in shopping. That's just a tangible reaction to something that you would have conceived after you've done something that would generate some money, which would typically be your job. And then your job, sometimes that's your purpose and sometimes it isn't. So purpose can be a very difficult concept to wrap your head around. It's really what your spirit, your soul is telling you that you need to do. It's that still voice that sits inside of you that advises you on what your next moves are. And in that, the gratification comes in the obedience of it. It has nothing to do with the money, or, you hear a lot of people say, oh, do what you love and the money will come. I know plenty of people that are doing what they love and there is no money. And understanding this, we understand that there cannot be just a cut and dry, if you're doing what you love, you're going to make some money. Because sometimes the things that you love, you're not very good at. Now, that's a hard pill to swallow, but the truth of the matter is that is the case in a lot of our lives. We're not very good at it, and we want to perfect it, but we don't understand that that's not really what we're called to do. I'm a strong believer in the things that you are to do, your purpose, it's already in you. You don't require a lot of extra education. You don't require a lot of extra attributes. Everything that you need for your purpose, you already have. So I've said, even on several videos previously, everything that you need to be successful, you already possess. So I'm going to extend that out and tell you that that actually is tied into your purpose, because success and purpose are in alignment with each other. And if we think about it that way, I think it becomes easier for us to grasp that we have to already possess it. It's not something that you learn. It is something that is innate in you from the very beginning. So hopefully that helped a lot. I'm sure you felt like I rambled a little bit. At least I felt like I rambled a little. But the point of the story is we want to focus in on what our purpose is. Don't let anyone else tell you what your purpose is. There's a lot of people who will give you good advice, but just with the wrong foundation. And you might say, well, what does that mean, Priscilla? What are their intentions? Who are the people that are talking? Are these people that you look up to, or are these people that are not? You have to slow down and have a clean discernment in your spirit and in your mindset to actually hear what's good and what's bad. So be careful about who you lean on for wisdom. Make sure that the people that you're talking to, especially when you're trying to discover your purpose, make sure that these are individuals who not only have their own purpose, but are not jealous or envious of what they clearly see is your purpose. Okay, so let's affirm today that we will strive to figure out what our purpose is. And our purpose does not mean that we're going to like it. It simply means that it is an innate factor that sits in our spirits from birth that we are to possess and to extend out and bless others with. Okay, that is our absolute purpose. So today, in saying all that, all I can tell you that you have to start with are the three things that I say every single week. Live life authentic. Live life authentic. Not for anyone else but yourself, and do it living your life authentic. Thanks again so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate your time. I greatly appreciate the fact that you're hanging in there with me. See a new little patch of subbies. I greatly appreciate it. But remember to subscribe, to jump in, to give me your opinion, to do whatever you feel like you want in order to connect with me. Your connection with me is everything. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and stay in that place of authenticity. Have a blessed day.